Hey guys, Bryan here from Liquid Concepts. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how to get a smooth glass finish with your clear coat. I know a couple of you guys have reached out to us asking a few of these questions, and so we thought we'd shoot a quick little video, show you a few tips and tricks on how to get that perfect finish for your clear coat. So let's get started. So a couple of things to know before you get started. So of course, you're gonna need to know your flash times and of course the mixing ratio for your clear coat. So if you don't know that, check out the technical data sheet. You'll be able to find that from the manufacturer or the place that you bought it from. So once you've got everything mixed up and ready to go, like what we do here, then we're ready to go ahead and start spraying. So we've got a few different speed shapes here that we're gonna do a couple of different techniques on, just to kind of show you guys a few things on why you want that super smooth glass clear coat and what also makes it not smooth and not glass. So we're gonna kind of go over that as well. Now, gun setup is going to be more user dependent, but there is going to be a couple of things that we're going to be doing to make sure that we get that perfect glass in every single time that we're spraying the clear. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to make sure that we set this up to where we have a pretty decent amount of air coming out. Now you'll notice I don't have a gauge on mine. Now on something like this is probably going to be more on just hearing it and then getting a feel for the gun. Now, if you do want to go off of a gauge, normally around 20 to 22 PSI, even a little bit higher on some models of guns, is going to be probably the sweet spot of where a lot of the clear coat is sprayed. Now, you can of course go down or up from that, but that's gonna be kind of an idea on your actual PSI. Now, coming into your fluid, if you're a slow sprayer, then you probably wanna screw that in so that way you're not putting out as much material, as well as if you're a fast painter, then you're gonna back that fluid nozzle out so that way you can allow more material coming out and you can get that good wet finish. And then of course we're going to use a wide open fan. This is all the way open so that way we can get great coverage all the way through. So let's go ahead, let's get a couple of these set up and we'll show you guys a few tips and tricks on how to get that glassed out look. So now that we've got everything hooked up, ready to spray, a couple of things to definitely remember. Always make sure that you tack off your parts and you've got a clean surface so that way everything is all ready to go. So we're gonna assume that we've already done all of this so that way we can go ahead and show you guys a few tips and tricks on the clear coating. So the first thing is gonna be is that we're going to want to make sure that we spray a nice smooth wet coat across the entire part, and we want to have about a 50% overlap between the first pass that we do to the second pass, and then the third and the fourth and so on and so forth. So that way we get a nice smooth even look all the way around the entire part. So let's go ahead, get our mask on and spray the first one with a full wet coat and show you what that's going to look like. So you can see here we've got a very nice smooth wet look across the entire part all the way around. We've got beautiful reflections all the way throughout the entire part. Now again, first coat, this is what we're looking for. So we want to make sure that everything has a smooth, perfect look all the way around. So you can see what we started out with versus what we have right now. So once we've got that sprayed, we'll let it sit for the amount of flash time that it needs, and then we'll come back and add a second coat. Now, going back to this other one here, what we're actually going to do here is we're going to take and we're going to spray it a little bit off. And what I mean by that is that we're actually going to take this and spray this a little bit lighter, and I want you to see the end result of what happens if we're spraying it too light and we're not getting enough full coverage over the entire part. Now, a couple of things to look at on this right here. Now, we were much further back on this one than we were with that one. And you can clearly see the difference in the sheen all the way around the entire part. You can see that we are very light on our edges all the way around here, and we pretty much don't really have a very nice, smooth, glassy look. So you can clearly see I was further away from the part itself, and that also made it to where it did not get as wet with the same amount of speed and the same amount of coverage. So you can clearly notice how much closer I was to this part as compared to this part right here. Now, of course, depending on the gun, because we're using a smaller, what we call a spot repair gun, I'm able to get a little bit closer to the part. So if you're using a full-size gun, you might not need to be as close as what I am, but the main thing and the main difference is that this right here has always got a full wet coat each and every time, versus this one right here only still has one coat, but it's super light. And so just from the distance alone, you can tell that this one looks nowhere near as good as what this one does, especially with that second coat. So let's go ahead, let's throw a second coat on this one right here and see how it looks. Now, overall, I did go with a little bit more on this right here, but I also want you to notice a couple of things. The edges that we've got on this right here are super rough still. And so you can see that we've got a lot of orange peel in this little area right in here, as well as taking a look at this area right in here and this area right in here. We're still way too light on the actual clear coat application itself, so therefore we're not getting that smooth glossy look. Versus we go over here and we look at the edges over here, and literally I can see my reflection all the way through the entire part, even all the way through into here. Now again, I was going a lot slower, so I was putting more material on here, but to get that glassed out look like this, that's what we need to do as compared to this look right here, which might be acceptable for some people, but it's definitely not what we want to see whenever we're doing especially a high-end work or any type of good quality work. This right here is definitely not as acceptable as what something like this would be. So as you can clearly see, just by that one technique that we did where we're getting more material on the part, we are getting a super glassed out look. And I'm not really changing hardly anything on the gun itself. It's more about the application. And so we always want to try to make sure that we're getting a super wet look across the entire part. Now, of course, as you're probably thinking, well, if I get it too wet, then it's going to run. And that is true. So you do have to keep in mind that you don't want to go too close and you don't want to go too slow. So there's going to be that happy medium that we're going to have to try to find. But as you can clearly tell, whenever I was further away, I still put more coats on there to try to get it with a wetter look on that second pass, but it still didn't wet out like it did in the first one and in the second one, which means that I'm going to have a lot better coverage overall across the entire part with the one here on my right, which is going to be right there, as compared to I have hardly no coverage on the sides, mainly on this one right here. So just by using that one technique right there will definitely make everything look so much better. And so I want to leave you guys with one word of advice that I always try to make sure that I tell a lot of my trainees whenever they're training for the hydrographics or anything like that, is that if you make a run, then you know when to back off. But if you make it to where it never runs, then you never know that you can go more or you can put more on it. And so definitely think about that, because it does put that into perspective on if you're getting a run, I'd much rather have that than if it was super dry sprayed and I'm not getting good coverage, because the clear coat is going to be the protection that you're gonna have for any of your coatings, whether it be for the hydrographics like in our industry, or even just in the automotive industry alone, just in paint and body or anything like that. It helps protect all of the entire surface from scratches, UV resistance, and everything in general. So we want to make sure that we get a good quality clear and we get that good wet coat across the entire thing. Me personally, I try to stop at about 2 to 3 coats on whenever I'm applying anything by itself. And then if I need to, I can sand it, buff it out, re-clear it, whatever I need to do. But I try to always stay at about 2 to 3 coats. Now, there are some people that go more than that, and that's probably still fine. Just me personally, as the coatings that we do, we try not to go over that, just to make sure that everything has proper cure times and everything works the way that it was manufactured. So hopefully this video has really helped you guys out. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment section below. We'd always love to hear from you, as well as if you've got any other tips and tricks on getting that glassed out look with the clear coat, always love to hear from you on that as well. If you're interested in getting into the hydrographics industry, definitely check out the links in the description below. We're gonna have links to the website that has everything that you're gonna need for getting into the hydrographics, from the film, the paint, even the clear coats like what we have here, and everything like that, so definitely check that out. If you like the video, hit the like button, as well as if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. We'd always love to have you subscribe to our weekly tips on anything hydrographics related, as well as even paint related like this. I'm Bryan from Liquid Concepts, and this is how we customize your world. We'll see you guys next time.